What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the lab with another quest build. Wanted to bring you guys this blueprint to an absolute monstrosity of a big man hatch. Those of you looking to play on a juggernaut on both ends, get back to that nice homegrown golden era of big man basketball in the early 2000s and late 90s, who want to dunk everything down low when they get the pill, and also play defense, rebound, have a nice little midi, and also be able to play make. This build right here might be the one for you. This behemoth can be the focal point and centerpiece of any offense and can really do a lot of damage in the right hands. It has shades of David Robinson, Daryl Dawkins, and prime Dwight Howard. This is the rare inside the arc glass cleaner. You're going to be able to grab rebounds and literally dunk everything. It's got some Amare Stoudemire in it as well. I really wanted to make a bigger slashing type build for those of you who like to be those rim running lob threats. This thing paired with a nice guard with playmaking ability can absolutely be devastating for your opponents. So follow along to a T to get this rare name and then tinker in your own builder at your discretion. We're going to make this at power forward. You're going to be 7 feet tall. You can make this at center. And your weight 245 with a 7'10" max wingspan. And you know we're going body shape build. That's what we do here in the laboratory because we want that big hitbox. We want to be a freak athletically like Dwight Howard, the imposing mannequin at Sports Authority like build. We want to represent Earth in an intergalactical basketball exhibition with this body type. So close shot, we're going to get this to an 88. We're going to get our driving layup to an 80. The badge thresh is at a 79. But we're going to go 80 to get those layup packages. We're going to get max out our driving dunk to a 92. Get your standing dunk to a 90 for those elite big man contact dunks. And then get your post control to an 80. That's going to give you 27 finishing badges. This build can dunk from anywhere, on anyone, on anything. It is, like I said, an intergalactical athletic freak. The 92 driving dunk on a 7-footer is going to be bananas, but we're not punting and being a liability on the rest of this build just to get crazy finishing. This isn't just a lob threat, but you are an absolute lob threat. You get gold limitless takeoff, you get post moves, and be an absolute Amare Stoudemire off the pick and roll with Steve Nash kind of a build. Stromile Swift as well, literally would take on anything in its path. This build, those of you looking for an absolute slasher at 7 feet, man, like it doesn't kind of get crazier than this. So for shooting, we don't have a 3-ball on this build. That is one, thing that we're quote unquote punting, but you are going to get an 80 midi. That's going to be fine because you're an inside the arc glass cleaner. You're not going to be a cone standing on a 3-ball, but you can space the floor or that short corner, set an off ball screen, and then pop a little bit into that little 18-20 foot window and knock down absolute consistent jump shots. You also get Hall of Fame slippery off ball for your slashing ability, and 11 shooting badges is actually not that bad on this build because it's not really the strength, but you do want to have that nice midi because those big men of the late 90s, early 2000s, the Kevin Garnett's, the Patrick Ewings, Hakeem Olajuwon, those dudes had a really nice mid-range jumper, but the game hadn't evolved to where they're just stepping out and shooting threes everywhere. But you do want that nice midi and an 80 overall. If you're nice behind the sticks, you're going to be greening that all day. And then we're going to get our free throw to a 75 because we're playing rec with this build. Because when you do all this slashing, you're going to get hacked, you're going to get fouled, people cannot stop you. You want to be able to go to the line and knock down a nice free throw or two. And then playmaking, we're going to get our pass accuracy to an 85. That's almost the dimer name. And then ball handle, we're going to get this to a 59 as well. You're also going to be punting speed with ball in a sense on this build. You're not going to be getting it and isoing for yourself. It's going to be more of that off-ball Amare Stoudemire and Dwight Howard type rim runner. But those of you who have a good sense of timing and feel for the game, you're not going to need a high speed with ball. Because you're going to be able to attack the rim, with specific timing off of your playmakers. And this isn't necessarily an ISO, let me just go get mine type build. This is a great complement to playmaking type players. And so we don't really need speed with ball on this build, but you do have a decent enough ball handle to not get ripped. You can get that vice grip on gold. So you're not a liability when you have the ball in your hands, But again, the play style in this build is more off-ball slash lob threat type style. And then the 85 pass accuracy, man, like, you can really be a contributor on offense in all facets of the game. Once you get this on the pick and pop or off ball, you can dime up and throw darts all across the wood, because that 85 pass accuracy, you're firing that to your teammates. And so this is a great complementary type build, but can really be the guy and integrated within the entirety of the offense. It's not like you only give this build the ball just to dunk it. No, this can actually literally create everything offensively for your team. 15 playmaking badges, I like it thus far. And then defensively, we're going to get our interior defense to a 78. We're going to get our perimeter defense to a 55, so you can sort of switch out, guard the pick and roll. We're going to keep our stealies at a 30. We're going to get our block to a 77. And then we're going to get our offense and defense rebound to an 85 apiece. It's going to give us that glass cleaning name. And you're going to get 23 defensive badges. Being 7 feet, 245 pounds, and you're going to have strength on this build, you're going to be a monster inside defensively. When dudes are trying to go at you in the post, that's not really going to work. You have really high offensive rebound, so you can attack the offensive glass when you're not a part of the offense. And then your block at a 77, you're going to be able to time and get some nice blocks. We're not going for stealies on this build. You're a 7-footer. That doesn't need to be really a part of your game. And then perimeter defense to a 55. We want to be able to move our feet a little bit and switch out on guards, to a certain extent. We're not just completely punting it. The badge thrust is at a 54. And then going to physicals, we're going to max out our speed, max out our acceleration, get our strength to an 86. That's going to give us that gold brick wall. That's huge, because you want to be setting those screens off ball for your teammates. And a lot of times a hidden ability, those of you who, actually hoop, when you set the off ball screen, you're the actual screen setter, your man relaxes and goes and overcompensates, to help out and to hedge, which will free you up to go backdoor and to flare and to pop and do what you need to do to get open. So if you're setting these gold brick walls and your defender sees his teammate just getting stunned left and right, he's going to feel that in the morning, and he's going to overcompensate, and it's actually just going to free you up even more. So that gold brick wall is going to be super crucial on this build, especially in the pick and roll and pick and pop settings. Then we're going to get our vertical to an 82, because you do want those elite contact dunks. Then we're going to get the rest on our stamina at 85. Keeping this build a once over, 27 finishing, 11 shooting, 15 playmaking, and 23 defensive badges. The 92 driving dunk on this build at 7 foot is absolutely ridiculous. Couple that with a nice mid-range, really high pass accuracy, and then defensive prowess, rebounding both sides of the glass. With the 86 strength, this build, if I didn't have my two-way diming big already in the chamber, that's my big dog, I'd probably be low-key running on this build if I was playing comp rec or even a pro-am team. This is a great off-ball complementary piece to any offense. It can play at the park, in the city, in the theater. Its finishing and defensive abilities alone are, to me, worth the investment in VC. And some of these attribute levels are absolutely ridiculous. And I'm really seeing that Dwight Howard, Amare Stoudemire, David Robinson type feel on this build. Going to takeovers, you get interior D, glass cleaning, and post take. What would really be gruesome on this, if you really want to ISO on the block, would be like post shot daggers, and then let's just go stuff blocks to fill that out. But ultimately, you're getting an uber rare name. I've never seen this at the city, personally haven't ran into one. There's Amare Stoudemire in the shades of, but you're getting this super rare name inside the arc glass cleaner. I think this can be an absolute force in the right hands. Those of you looking for that slashing, finishing, big man, powerhouse type build, this could be the guy for you. Could be the focal point of any offense, a great complementary piece, or a defensive juggernaut that just creates opportunities on both sides of the glass. Let me know what you guys think of this build in the comments. If you're rocking with this, if you've seen this at the city, Quest Sparrow bringing that heat this year. You know what time it is. Quest Sparrow.